life into something that you can never run.
Hello, Leo. So here's your reading for the week of the 8th through about the 14th. So these are general. Take what works, and what doesn't work just doesn't work for you. And if you hear any weird noises, my dog is in the room. Okay, guys, so let's see what the cards have to say for you. Okay, I need one card, or I need 3 cards for my Leos. Let me do this again. 3 cards. Okay. I need a reversal for my Leos. What's challenging my Leos this week? Not yet. It wasn't the one yet. This is the one. And I need what you recommend for my Leos. Okay, Leos. So here in your recent past position, you have the 5 of Swords, which is about kind of... This represents to me, if you were working with a group of people, or this could represent work or something, you guys are kind of working together, you're doing something with others, and things wound up being okay, but they're not really okay. Like, I get this a lot of time when there's issues at work, where something happened and everything's fine, but not really fine. Like, there's still, nobody's really talking about anything, but there's certain things happened and now we're moving on, but yeah, there's still a little bit of some kind of feeling. Some people may feel a certain kind of way about a situation. So I feel like whatever happened in the past, if there was some kind of conflict or some kind of problems, it's resolved, but it may still have like a little bit of negative residue about it. But it's something that people don't want to fester on too long, but it still is one of those situations that's happened. It's, was it the best thing in the world? Not really. Did you guys get through it? Yes. But is there, maybe people feel a certain kind of way about it? Yes. Maybe it's not enough to really bring up again, but it still has this like residue. There's like a film of scum in a sense. So this is my film of scum card. Okay, so I feel like something has happened where it still has like a scummy residue for you a little bit, like, so that's that. Now the 7 of Wands is all about, this is your current energies. It's about defending yourself. You're standing up for yourself. You're kind of in this defense mode. You feel like things are kind of coming at you in different angles or different ways, but you're still standing your ground. So, and this is like during the battle in a sense, like obviously not a real fight or whatever, but you're kind of in it now. You're not in the past position where you're just kind of worn. You're still standing. You're like actually actively having to deal with stuff coming at you at all sorts of angles. But the King of Cups in your near future represents, he's very good with his emotions. Like, he's a master of his emotions. So I think, although there's a lot going on, I think you're kind of going to get into this realm of like, this is not going to shake me up. This is not going to bother me. Like, there's the scum. People are pissing me off or things are going wrong all over the place. But you know what? The hell with it. I'm still going to enjoy myself. So I think this is really good. But what you need to watch out for, this is in your reverse challenging position, the High Priestess in reverse, she could be very superficial. She could be very out of touch with her own intuition, and she could just be just kind of like not really looking deeper into things, kind of just like brushing things off in a sense. So I think whatever's happening with you, I think you're kind of going through it a little bit, and I think you're going to be handling it very well, but you don't want to take this King of Cups to the next level where it's like you're just not even worried, or you don't care about anybody else's feelings, or you're just like not looking deeper into something. So, because I think this is coming about because you have to feel like you're in a defense mode, and you might be worn out. You might be mentally and emotionally worn out from whatever's happening, so you don't want to be putting those blocks up where you're like now like not even willing to entertain something that even might be worth entertaining in a sense. So, and what is recommended for you is the Ace of Swords, which is about kind of like a new way of thinking. So, but I think this new way of thinking is going to get you to this King of Cups, because this is still in your near future. So I think by you kind of maybe seeing the situation a little differently, or coming at it a little bit differently, it's going to help you kind of resolve some of this, and it's going to help you get to this King of Cups energy. I think this is definitely your soon to be outcome, but this, you have to watch not becoming like so surface with everything in a sense with this High Priestess. It's very surface. It's no in depth. It's just kind of like superficial and just kind of like flat, like not really anything. So I think you need to work you need to work on not getting to this level. Okay, let me get some more cards for you guys. Let's see. Okay, I need another card for my... Oh, hold on. That wasn't the right one. Sorry, guys. I need one more card for my Leos, please. One more card for my Leos. One more card for my Leos. Okay, so you have Brown Bear Spirit, take time out. Okay, let me get a couple more cards for you guys. Oh, one more card. Okay, and we have Amethyst, trust your intuition. That's so funny because the High Priestess is all about not listening to your intuition, in reversed, I should say. So this is saying trust your intuition. Okay, and let me get these ones as well. Girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment. Sorry, guys. Let me do this again. You have girl talk. Okay, here we go. Time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. Okay. And let's see what else we get for you guys. Okay, we have trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. I definitely feel you are going through something, but let me just straighten myself out, and let's kind of merge. Well, let me move these ones up here and let me blend everything together, smush it all together. So Brown Bear Spirit, take time out. I think this is probably going to be good because this is like thoughts and actions. So there's a scum, and then there's the scum residue, and then you have like a lot of, you're fighting your battles in a sense, things coming at you all different kind of ways. So taking time out, I think, might be a very good advice, because I think within that you might be able to kind of have a little bit of this clarity moment as well. Sometimes when we're in the middle of a mess, we can't see how we're going to fix it. But once you remove yourself from the mess and you take some time, you think about something else, and then you go back to the mess, and then you're like, okay, well, maybe if I do this, I can resolve this thing, or if I do that, I can resolve that area or something. So I think you might need to take time out to get a little bit of clarity, because I definitely think this King of Cups moment is going to help you really regain your power emotionally and kind of help put you in a better mental frame in the future, because it's not easy to be king. So the kings, they deal with all kind of problems all the time, but this guy, he's gotten to the point where he's not letting it affect him. Like he's the master of his own inner self in a sense. And Amethyst, trust your intuition. And I definitely think some of you are maybe going through this little bit of self-preservation, and with the High Priestess in reverse, not listening to your intuition and kind of shutting yourself internally down in a sense, and just keeping things super surface might be your way of protecting yourself emotionally, because if you keep going through it, it's almost like you're trying to protect yourself. So that might be, you might be doing that now to just kind of protect your inside, your inner person. But I think you need to still tap into that, because I think your intuition is going to guide you. So you need to trust your intuition and really try not to get sucked into this kind of super surface High Priestess reverse energy. Now, girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. Now, this could be with the brown bear spirit, take time out. So maybe you should go hang out with somebody, your friends that are not part of this mess, and to help gain a little bit of clarity, or even if it's just a little you time, to try to shift out of whatever's happening. So, and sometimes when we hang out with friends or we talk to somebody else who's not really like in the situation, sometimes they can see the situation a little differently, because they're not coming from it from the emotions that, let's say, you're dealing with it, so maybe they have some kind of advice, or they say something to you which could be very useful, or even you venting to them, just getting it out could be very healing as well. So I definitely think if you have a friend or somebody that you can talk to that kind of is a little bit of a light in your life, it's worth going to see them and talking to them about the situation, or even if you don't talk to them about the situation, even if you wind up doing something completely different and not even think about the situation for a day, I would think that's healthy for you as well. And trust, this situation is calling you to have faith. And I definitely think this is saying that you need to trust that it's going to work out okay. I mean, it might look a little bit chaotic at the moment, but I think there's a bigger picture here, and I think you're going to kind of come at it very, fully okay, especially because the King of Cups is here, and then the Ace of Swords is about new ways of thinking and kind of new starts in a sense, but new internal mental starts. So I think I wonder if this Ace of Swords is going to be coming as like an intuitive spark for you, or an intuitive download, or just something within your intuition, and you blocking your intuition is blocking this this realization or this moment of clarity. So I definitely think your intuition is playing a part, because your intuition could be like your spirit guides talking to you, or whoever, or your just subconscious mind, or your internal mind working out answers to a problem. And sometimes if you're not listening, you're missing them. So I definitely think your intuition is, you need to really rely on that right now, and you need to tap into that, because I think you're going to figure something out because of that. And sometimes our intuition is just, if you're in a situation and you just feel like, what, I know it looks like this, but something in my head is saying it's not that. It's something else. You got to trust that too, because a lot of times that's right. Like a lot of times I'll have a feeling about a situation. It looks a certain kind of way, but my mind is like, I don't really think it's that way though. And I have nothing to explain. There's nothing for me to reasonably explain why I feel like that, or why I'm thinking like that, or whatever about the situation. But a lot of times, when the dust clears, the smoke goes away, and you see it for what it is, because hindsight's always 20/20. I realized, what? My intuition was right. I was right. It looked a certain kind of way, but something was telling me no. And I was right. So you have to trust that. You have to trust your inner self right now. Okay, guys. let me get some quotes for you. Okay, I need one quote for my Leos. Oh. One quote for my Leos. Come on, guys. We need a quote for my Leos. Okay, here we go. That's the one. That is the one. Ooh. Here we go. Don't muddy the waters to make it seem deep. So I think this is saying that just because you're in the mud right now, I feel like the mud is being slung at you, but don't continue to keep muddying it up. You know, like I think if things have been a little bit tricky or a disaster, I just think there's a time where you need to just like, I don't want to say let it go, but just take time away from it. Don't keep adding to the situation because I feel like something is a little bit of a mess. But I think that, I think you're kind of getting to a place where the mess has to clear. You might not, with the Five of Swords, this is the residue card. Things might not be perfect. There may still be that film of scum on a situation or a person or whatever. But I think like you have the option to continue to add to the film of scum or just try to be like, okay, the film of scum, I'm never going to get this film off of this, but it's not worth, you know, continuing to try to fight it or whatever, you know, just leave the scum alone in a sense. Don't beat on a wall hoping to transform it into a door. I really feel like some of you, this could be a person you're dealing with or a work situation or something that is a little bit out of your control. Maybe somebody's very set in their ways and you're not changing this person's mind. You're not changing the situation. You've said your piece and that's it. There's nothing you can do about it, you know, unfortunately. So I just feel like these are both telling you not to add, don't add to the mess. Whatever is going on here, just don't add to the mess, you know, take some time, focus on you again, because I feel like this is a lot of externally focusing. But the King of Cups is here. He's focused on himself. He helps others. Like he definitely is a person that he is very helpful to other people. So this could have been you trying to be helpful also to somebody else, but they're just a mess. The whole thing's a mess. But just stay in your power. Just stay in your kind of own like sanity in a sense. Some people are just a mess no matter what they do. They just that's how they live. Like I don't know how some people make it through life. Like honestly, some people I don't know how they actually manage because they're just a mess. But that's how they live and that's what makes them happy. And at the end of the day, we are the creators of our own destiny. You know, we make the bed we lie in. So if somebody's making a mess, just don't bring that mess back home, basically. Okay, let me get now the spirit of the dish. Let's see what spirit of the dish shall be with you in the upcoming week. Okay. Okay, guys. I think this is super fitting. I think spirit here has a message for you. You have the Queen of Drinks, which is the wine. So maybe some of you could have a little bit of it. Glass of wine, try to wind down after all this. This guy's drinking too. So the King of Cups, he's here. You know, is that water in that cup? We may never know, but just in case it's not. So maybe have a glass of wine just to relax. And you could share this glass with a friend, you know, go out with a friend, have a glass of wine, maybe complain if you have one friend that doesn't get involved in this kind of stuff that you could just vent to and just get it out and have a good time and try to like shift out of this and leave this residue behind. Like just leave it wherever it is, just leave the residue. Just don't get that residue on you. Okay, let's see what else we get for you guys. Okay, so we have here, what dinner and a movie is recommended for you is Chinese food and action movies. And then you have Leo here. You have yourself. So And Leos, you guys are about ego, individuality, and confidence. So I wonder if some of this, like maybe this could have been a little bit of an ego, affecting your ego a little bit. But I think you need to gain your confidence back. I think if something knocked you down a peg or two, you need to just be confident in yourself. And you also have Aquarius. And Aquariuses, they're a little bit outside the box thinkers. They're independent and can be a little eccentric. So this could be relating to somebody you're dealing with or just the energies that you need to tap into during this week. Now, you also have here Uranus, which is also kind of independence and eccentricity. So I think some of you might need to be like coming at something a little bit outside the box or coming into something like a little bit more independent. Like if somebody is a mess and a disaster, that doesn't mean that you have to have that mess and disaster on you. And you also have the Sun here, which is also about ego, individuality, and confidence too. So I think you have like a lot of this this kind of independent and individuality aspect. So I think you might need to just mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever, set yourself apart from this mess and not allow it to like seep into your soul or into your happiness. You have the 4th house, which is all about the home, intuition, parenting, and children. And then you have the 7th house, which is about partnerships, marriage, freedom, partnerships, marriage, friendships, and legal proceedings. So this could be something to do with work, friends, you know, take it however it works. I think my dog is snorting, just so everybody knows. He's destroying his favorite toy again. So if you hear any weird noises. So we have D, F, T, J, T, 8, 2, 6, and 4. And then let's get, we have focus. I really feel like this is saying focus on the important stuff. Don't focus on the residue and the mess. Just focus on what's important in your life. Like focus on things that are going well for you. So I really feel that's what's saying. And let's see what little charmy guy we get for you. We have the playful cat. Oh, look at how cute he is. So this guy, I don't know if you could see it. To me, he's saying have fun because he's being playful right now. He's saying you have to have a little fun. That's all he's saying. He's just like, and cats are also super independent. So, and they can kind of keep themselves occupied as well. But I feel like you need to come at whatever situation is, have some fun, go out with the friends. Because you also got with time with friends and, this wine, the queen of drinks. So I think you should just have some fun. Do something that is going to shift you out of this energy. Maybe you have to be, because cats are independent, maybe you have to be a little bit more like independent. And cats also can be a little bit like, they can ignore people when they want to. So maybe certain things you just have to ignore, or just pretend like it's not even happening. That's sometimes what I have to do. So, yeah, so that's what I'm getting from that cat. But he just wants you to have some fun. Okay. Now it is time, Leos. Think of your question, and here we go. Oh, mystical, magical 8-ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Leo's question? It says, it is certain. There you guys go. The 8-ball has spoken. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.